Welcome everybody. Welcome to our latest podcast called Ask Me Anything, where anyone can ask anything to anybody. My name is Paul Atkins-Barker and I'll be your host. We kick off our latest show with a very special guest, the man who needs no introduction, Mr. Jeff Bezos himself. So without any further ado, on with the questions. So Jeff, the first question comes from Liz in Denver. She says, Jeff, you have a very distinctive laugh. Where does it come from?
I've had that laugh all my life. There was there was a multi-year period where my brother and sister would not see a movie with me because they thought it was too embarrassing. But I don't know why I have this laugh. It's just, and I laugh easily and often. The people who know me, you ask my mom or anybody who knows me well, and they'll say, if Jeff's unhappy, wait 5 minutes. And I can't maintain unhappiness.
Okay, the next question actually comes to us from one of our fulfillment centres. Frederica in TRM1 asks, who is our biggest competition?
Our competition is where we elbow for customers is in the physical world. So in other words, when people are choosing between us, we're about 40% of online sales, but we're like, I don't know, one low single-digit percentage of retail sales. So 97, 98% of sales, 85% of sales is still, or more, is still in the physical world. So that's where we face competition.
So next we have questions from Michael in the UK. Michael asks, I'm a small-time entrepreneur and I was wondering, where did your idea of selling books online come from? What made you invest?
I came across the fact, so this is 1994, nobody has heard of the internet. Very, very few people. It was used at that time mostly by scientists and physicists and things like that. We used it a little bit at D.E. Shaw for some things, but not much. And I came across the fact that the World Wide Web, was growing at something like 2,300% a year. This is in 1994, and anything growing that fast is, even if its baseline usage today is tiny, it's growing so fast, it's gonna be big. And so I looked at that and I was like, I should come up with a business idea and that get, on the internet and then let the internet grow around this and we can keep working on it. And so I made a list of products that I might sell online and I started force ranking them. And I picked books because books is super unusual in one respect, which is that there are more book items in the book category than there are items in any other category. There are 3 million different books active and in print around the world at any given time. So the founding idea of Amazon was to build universal selection of books. The biggest bookstores only had 150,000 titles. And so that's what I did. And I hired a small team and we built the software. I moved to Seattle.
So why did you choose Seattle? Was it because of Microsoft?
It was two things. The largest book warehouse in the world at that time was nearby in a town called Roseburg, Oregon, and then also the recruiting pool that was available from Microsoft.
Our last question comes from Monica in Perth, and I have to say, Jeff, it's an interesting one. Why did you choose the name Amazon?
Well, the first name I named it Cadabra. It's really hard to impress upon you how small this beginning was. But when I was driving to Seattle, I wanted to hit the ground running. I wanted to have a company incorporated, and I wanted to have bank accounts set up. And so I called a friend, and he recommended his lawyer to me. It turned out this guy was actually his divorce attorney. But this guy incorporated the company for me and set up bank accounts. And he said, I need to know what name you want the company to be for the incorporation papers. And I said, this is over the phone, I said, Cadabra, like abracadabra, but I just said Cadabra. And he said, Cadaver? And I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. And, but I'm like, go ahead with Cadabra for now, and I'll change it. And so like 3 months later, I changed it to Amazon. Okay.
So I just want to say thanks to Jeff for coming today. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Please remember to tune in to our next episode. My name is Paul Atkins-Barker. Thanks very much. Goodbye.